The cup of culture activity that I did was reading A Thousand Acres by Jane Smiley. I chose this story because I felt that I could relate to it easily, having come from a farming background. The setting of this book takes place in Iowa, where farmland is rich and it shows power from the family that controls the majority. The purpose of the story is that power can destroy a family. The main character, Ginny, and her sister Rose gain control of their family farm through a land transfer from their daddy, which consists of 1,000 acres of quality farmland, making them one of the most respected families in the county. The farm was the pride and joy of this family, but it led to greed and a struggle for power. Giving them the ground made Daddy feel like Ginny and Rose were entitled to treating him like royalty since he had given them everything that they could have ever wanted. This new land transfer leads to many different problems. Daddy becomes senile, leading to a lawsuit and ill feelings. At the same time, there's a mixture of affairs and hatred among family members. The main point of the story is that wealth and prosperity does not lead to happiness. The family was happy and getting along just fine before Daddy decided to give the farm to Ginny and Rose and their husbands Pete and Ty. The culture that occurs in this book is an old-fashioned Midwest family that believes in the grind and grit of working hard and respecting your elders. Disrespecting your elders is a very strong sin in this community, especially when you are in debt of someone else for what they have gave you. Roles were very defined that men were supposed to be the farmers and make the money, while women were reserved for the traditional roles of cooking and cleaning. The men would work long hours, and the women were supposed to have food ready at the same time every day. They lived a very monotonous lifestyle, and were perfectly okay with it. The only difference in viewpoints that this book holds is the way of Jess Clark, who may be ahead of his time with his thoughts of an organic lifestyle. He also doesn't live by a fixed time slot for every activity and focuses on exercise as well. His way of farming is ridiculed by the other men. I like this topic because it was so relatable, even to the point of the children jobs. My sisters are like Ginny and Rose, as they have/want to return to the rural background, while I'm more like the youngest daughter, Caroline, who wants to go out on her own and be a lawyer in a big city. I also enjoyed that the book went into great details of the entire struggle from Ginny's point of view. I was able to gain a better understanding from her thoughts and actions. What I didn't like about the book was that it was extremely predictable in my opinion. It also really didn't dive into the reasoning behind Daddy's mental instability, and I felt like that was a very important piece of the story. Overall, I felt like it was a good book that taught me a great deal about the culture of the farm life in the 1970s/80s, and that it was a very cutthroat business at times. I would recommend this book to anybody that wanted to learn more about this era or a farmer's perspective during this time period.